There's nobody on here yet. Wyatt, turn that down. Hello. I don't know who's in here. Two people. Hi. One person. Anybody gonna say anything? Hi guys. I decided to do a live because I didn't have my video done for today. How are you doing? But I didn't have a video done for today, so live it is. I don't know. I said I was going to have a video every day for the next 30 days, so here we are, alive. My computer migrated into my bedroom, so Haston could have his bedroom back, so I'll get to see my mess. How are y'all doing today? Hi, Ann. I was going to text you, but I couldn't get my mother off the phone. She was talking. I just saw the dog streak by the window. It is 43 degrees and sunny right now. The wind's cold, but that's about it. All the animals are enjoying the sunshine, though. And I haven't seen the horses in like 3 days. We let them have the rest of the pasture. And they don't like to come up. I believe this weekend, like this week, it's supposed to be pretty nice. I kind of wanted to get in here to have a more group format, even though there's just the three of us in here right now. But I wanted to discuss possibly, I'm thinking about, I don't have a whole lot of, it's going to be cold by the end of the week for sure. This weekend would probably be a good weekend to butcher a pig if it wasn't the weekend after Christmas. I'm ready to get him done. Not that, they're not doing anything here. They're not bothering anything, but ready for some fresh pork again. But I wanted to kind of talk about maybe seeing what you guys' opinion is on changing my channel name. Like, I'll still keep like Lazy C Homestead as the main format of everything, but the channel specifically, something that's a little easier for people to remember. I feel like Lazy C Homestead is, although that's our farm name, it's a big name. My old big ears baby right here. What are you doing?
Watching.
He's a weird one. Oh, man. Oh, well. Me and Matt was talking about it, and he thinks it was kind of hard to remember. But he gets in live chats and stuff, and his says Matt Chitty, Lazy C Homestead. So people know that it's him. But I think it's probably like when I sell my puppies, because it's Lazy C Border Collies. I think they probably assume it's a man, not a girl. Yeah. But he did that so that the two would get tied together. So people would pick up, oh, well, he is part of Lazy C Homestead. But it's, I think people assume that it's a man that's selling, working bred border collies, not me. I don't know. I'm trying. I wanted to find avenues where I can build a little more. Yeah, Matt Lazy C. I told him he could do Matt at the Lazy C. Lazy C Matt. The Lazy C Matt. He's running around in the this where the computer sits is beside the closet, and then where my desk is going to get built is right here. It's like a 4 foot by 18 inches deep, just dead space that makes the other wall of the closet and then my bedroom door. And so I can see into the living room from here. And I'm watching Haston. He runs back and forth. I think he's looking for me because he can hear me. The Lazy C Mat. I don't know. I like saying Lazy C Homestead. That's our farm name. That's what everything's under. But I just kind of feel like it doesn't catch enough goings on. My traffic kind of curtailed because I had 2 weeks with no internet. But I still was trying to upload things as much as I could. And I did redo software on my, I redid some software onto my cell phone. So if this happens again, well, okay. Lazy C works. I like it. I just thought if an outside perspective, if someone saw it different than I do, they might have a different opinion. This is a grind, guys. This thing here. And it makes it harder whenever you don't get, I don't know, a whole lot of things out of it. I don't mean things, but you don't get a lot. You don't get anything out of it. I don't care about being monetized or anything like that, but I don't build any momentum either. I don't know. My subscribers jumped a little bit thanks to Tim, and he's great. Tim at Ridge Life. He does a lot of things for the little people. But lately I've been watching a few people, and they always say they do a lot. Yeah, a little break in the internet. I had to totally redo my internet service. I had to go with something Miss Lazy C. Yeah, I could do that. I thought about letting Wyatt have one in a couple years, a YouTube channel. He's 9, not right now. He's not mature enough to deal with it, I think, to do it all. But, what, Bubba? Oh, a book. Let me see. You want me to read the Book of God, the Bible as a novel? He has good taste in books, at least that. This was a gift. This was a great gift. And I read it a little bit at a time. Oh, and here's the other book that he wants me to read. The Illustrated Veterinary Encyclopedia for Horsemen. It's kind of funny. But it was a gift. The Ibex Acres that is on YouTube, she gave it to me when she came and picked up her puppy. So she came and stayed the night, and there he is. He's watching. These are the two books that were sitting on the table between Matt and mine's chair. So I'm sure that's why he picked them up. And now he's got a remote. Can you say hi? Say hi. You wave. My whole goal with all of it is to just document things that we do, things in our lives, so that if something ever happens, this book. If something ever happens to us, there is something they can see. Like, they don't lose us. I did have a few things. I was going to go live and then post my video that I posted yesterday. Today. I was going to go live yesterday, but I had 4 live notifications in a 20-minute span. So I was like, never mind, I'll post a video. And then later on in the day, had more. But I do have some neat stuff planned. I filmed on my phone, but obviously I couldn't get it from my phone. Yeah. And you moderate for most of them that I got notifications for, so you probably spread a little thin. How do you do that? Like, do you just, I'll just moderate for this one and not this one. Yeah, this is my sister-in-law's, and it doesn't work. I got it so I could get the videos off of it for her. And I did. But I figured I might try to get this little camcorder to work for her, because then she can record her kids. But how do you pick, Anne? Do you just have 3 things open? Hopefully, if I ever do an evening live, you will pick me. Okay. It's not as easy to remember as the homesteading pastor, because you're the only homesteading pastor I've ever been acquainted with. If nothing ever comes from YouTube, if I never get anything else out of YouTube, I have made some great friends and I have met some wonderful people. And that works for me. This is just my outlet. This is where I can go and do something that is creative and spontaneous that has nothing to do with my children necessarily. My children are involved in it, of course, but this is something that I get to do on my own. This is mine. It's like, dare I say it, it's like a job. I cherish you, Auntie Anne. I do. I don't get a lot of, I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of friends anymore. You become an adult and you have children and things just change. Life changes. I gotta remember, I'll do it today. Paragon Ridge Ranch, they have their Christmas memory, and they did send me an invite for it. So I am going to probably do that with Wyatt. Haston, obviously, he's not going to be able to do anything. And there's weird people that you meet, and there's things that you're like, whoa, what did I just do? But most of the people I meet on YouTube have been really great people, made good connections. And although I don't like my phone died during Hidden Heights Farms Live, so I said 2 things and got out of it then because the phone died. But like I've bought goats from them. We've got to visit with Daniel and Dutch, and and all of that was on more of a lower key kind of thing. But there's a lot of things going on, I think, in YouTube right now with a lot of the people that you could make connections with. And I feel like a lot of people are getting to where they're burnt out on helping. Like some channels, they say they help little people, but they don't. I've never seen them, maybe 1 or 2 channels at most. I will say this. Mojo's ears are super soft. And Kevin is not as tall as I thought he was. But Daniel also wasn't as tall as I thought he would be. I figured Daniel was like 6'3", 6'4", and he's probably about 6 foot or 6'1". Dutch is really short. So imagine how short Brandy is, because I didn't get to meet her. Hello, Gail. Yeah. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I have not ridden anyone's curtails to get 312 subscribers. It's just hard work. And then you make friends, and those friends suggest you to other people, and your content works, and someone else likes your stuff, and so they subscribe, and they'll tell their friends. And that's where all of my momentum has come from. And I have, even in school and everything, I was never a person that did what everyone else did. I never wanted to be in the little groups. But I had someone leave a comment and I deleted it. And they said I would get a whole lot more views if I showed a lot more skin. And that's not my style. I see several channels that do generate a lot of stuff because it's a woman. She wears a lot less clothes and she acts a little more erratic. I have to think about my children. They will see this eventually. And I do try really hard to get along with everyone that I come in contact with. And so I talk to a lot of people. I try to talk to a lot of people. But I'm not, I'll pet your dog before I'll say hi to you kind of thing. There's one, and I have seen her plugged on another channel before. And she acts crazy. She gets a lot of views. She dresses pretty scantily. I don't even like wearing tank tops on YouTube. And I wear tank tops sometimes in the summertime. Well, a lot during the summer. But that's because I got this little fat patch right here. Yep, fat. I have a fat patch, hey. Here. They want to see you too. Cause who's that on your shirt? Who is that? Mickey? He says Mick. It's Mickey.
Bow.
Oh, there's a Bow Wow. It's a dog. And there's Mickey. Pluto.
What? Good horse.
Yeah, he repeats the fat. He repeats fat, but not. He thinks it's funny.
And this.
No, that's my coffee. Leave it alone.
Mommy.
What? I said no, and you don't like it. This is why you have kids, right? So you can pester them. Anytime I've been asked by several people who probably just started their YouTube channel, and they'll ask me, what is a piece of advice? Oh, thank you, Gail. Southern Living. I had Gail, the coupon queen, a minute ago. I don't know if she's still in here. But the advice that I tell them anytime I've been approached by several just starting channels, and I tell them, don't fake it. Do you. Don't try to be like somebody else. Don't try to imitate what somebody else does. Do you. You can take inspiration from other people's channels. Okay. I just thought it might have been a coincidence. But yeah, the same person. That's awesome. Now, if you post a lot of if you know how to do that extreme couponing stuff, I need to watch your videos because I need to figure that out. Okay, I'm going to give him a drink of coffee. I'm probably going to regret it. It's not coffee. It's like my coffee is one is just for couponing. Okay. I think Anne has a good voice, so you could discuss anything. You get lots of free stuff. I need to watch you. I raise boys. I need a break. Yeah, that's mine. Like the smaller channels, I don't always get to comment on everything because I usually have it playing on my TV while I'm doing everything else during the day. And don't put your fingers in my coffee. Sorry. So sometimes I don't get to comment back, but I usually try to make a mental note and I'll go comment back on stuff. The ones that I get the most out of everybody that I watch on YouTube, the biggest channel that I get any feedback from is Sandy Brock, the Sheepishly Me lady. And I do comment on her stuff because she's on Instagram and she does Instagram Live quite often. And she talks to everybody on there. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate it. I am so stinking ready to get in my garden. I've got 3 beds minimum I'm building, and I'm probably adding on to my garden, but it's not going to be like my garden. I want to have like a perennial herb garden. A perennial and herb garden. I guess I should put it that way. I know, guys. My coffee is not coffee. My coffee is half whole milk and half coffee. So I have heard of Shed Wars, but I've never seen any of them pop up on my feed, so I guess I don't ever think to look for them. He's a mess. Yes, he is going to be bouncing off the wall soon. I like to drink coffee, especially when it's cold. So I heat this up, like the cup up, get it real warm, and then pour my coffee in it, my milk, and so then it just warms everything up pretty good. It's cold right now, but he have Wyatt go fix him a baby coffee. That's awesome. Is it like, what do they do in Shed Wars? I've heard a couple people talk about it, but I've not watched any of it. He is going to be not taking a nap again today. He did that Saturday. March. I will definitely keep an eye out for it. But what are you going to be, like, what do you do in it? Is it like a shed the house thing, or is it a, Wyatt, will you fix him one of his drinks, please?
Pediasures?
Yeah, Pediasures. I have never had a cappuccino. I used to get hot chocolate. When I was pregnant, I subbed at the school, usually 3 or 4 days a week. Garden tips. Okay. You want down?
Yes.
Okay. He's talking a lot more. Bubba's getting it. You want water? Okay, we'll get you a drink of this, or walk off. That works too. So that'll be kind of neat. Shed Wars doing gardening tips and stuff. That's not for water. That's a feeder thingy.
Huh?
Go put it up.
Huh?
Go put it up. It's not that cold. It's actually pretty warm. Yeah. Please elaborate, because I am uneducated in this topic. Miss Gail. Australia's doing it. That'd probably be pretty cool if it's about gardening and stuff. I watch a lot of gardening stuff. I talked to you could have gave it to him in there. Just set it on the table. Nothing to do with sheds. Okay. I've heard a couple people talk about it, but I've not looked. I'll write it down though. On my notebook. I was making out my list for hopefully my one huge bulk order from Missouri Standard that I plan on doing in like February. Just trying to get an idea. Good morning. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. We always are up for good hellos. We rarely get over 4 people. I thought it was a play on garden sheds too. That's something. Matt found I don't know how big it is. I think it's a 2x6 or a 3x6. Like somebody had made it out of 2x4s and it has a floor on it. He's going to make me a shed out of that for inside my garden. So all my tools get to go in there and they can quit driving me nuts sitting where they're sitting. And I moved, I don't know if y'all remember, but I had a white shelf in front of the window in Hastings' bedroom that I started plants on. Just to kind of show people, go buy you less than $20 in a shelf. I probably had $40 in my entire seed setup because I bought the $1 bin, like, baskets. Oh, I bet that's pretty. I didn't get to paint mine. Maybe I'll paint the outside of them this year. I have a big box that Matt brought home that I put mums in it, and I have daffodils and dahlias in it. Oh, by the way, Ann, you might have a dahlia bulb in there too, because I just dug and rearranged it all whenever I put those mums in. So I have no idea what's where. I love purple too. I like purple. What are y'all doing? He's got a dog rope toy and he's chasing Wyatt with it, gonna hit him. But I lost my train of thought. I rearranged that whole bed and planted those mums, and I have a small mum in the house that I had rescued from Atwoods for $1. it was pretty rough looking, and it actually has some green shoots on it, so I'm probably going to plant it out there this week while it's warm.
Ooh.
It's kind of neat. I will definitely tune into your sheds stuff, because anything to learn with the garden. I love Roots and Refuge because she really makes it dumb for some of us. I believe there's two colors of daffodils I had in there, and they were the tiny ones. They were the little tiny yellow, and then there was some that had the white with the yellow center. The only ones I didn't give you was my peach ones, because I didn't have very many of them, and I did not dig them up and move them. I left them where they're at. When they come up this spring, I'll probably dig them up and thin them. Thank you. God bless to you too. But when I dig them up, I might dig some up and thin them if they've multiplied a bunch, and I'll get you some more. Matt does too. I have him trained. I spaced out all the daffodils along the driveway where his lawnmower will fit, and when they are done blooming, then he mows them over. That's his MO. But I have him now where he waits for all of them to be done blooming, because I have two huge clumps of yellows. They're tiny yellows, and they bloom first, and everything else is after. The peach daffodils he found them on the side of the road. They were like, I don't know, they were just growing in the side of the road. It's kind of neat. And then some of those daffodils actually came off of our property where an old house place was. So you've got a little tiny piece of Grits Hill history. That's what our area is called, is Grits, or way back when. If you look on a topographical map, the hill that is over here by us is Grits. And there's actually a Grits cemetery that Matt showed me the other day. I might have to do some exploring. It's pretty neat. Just like our little Indian cemetery down here, our Native American cemetery. And I've done some research on the Grits cemetery. And one of the headstones, there's a few headstones, but one of them is a big one. And she was very young, but she has a Celtic cross. So I assume she's probably Irish or Scottish. So they were probably immigrants that come to the area. It was kind of neat, being that I'm a high percentage Scottish myself. Tell him he needs to leave him alone. My mom used to have all right, we'll see you later, Ed. Hope you have a good week and a Merry Christmas. My mom used to have a ton of irises. Like, she had a section between two trees that was probably 8 foot long, and they were probably, I don't know, 3 foot deep in there. It's a huge amount of irises because she never thinned them. And my dad started just walking through them. So then there was a path between the irises. They were right next to a tree where he had his bow shooting bag. So it just made it easier. If he missed the bag, he walked through them to get it. My mom had a lot of perennial flowers. She still does. Peonies are her favorite. She has some really dark purple irises, like the color of my shirt. And then she has some bicolored purple irises too. And some that were like pink, like really, really light pink and maroon. I like the white ones. She had some big double bloomed white ones. They were huge. Those were my favorite. But they've all died out, I guess, because I've not seen any in a long time. My favorite thing with flowers is I like to walk in the woods where old house places are in springtime whenever flowers are blooming, and then you can dig up these old forgotten flowers and give them a new home. My mom has a bridal bush, and it's got but she loves flowers. She just needs to rotate, start spreading some love, give them to people, so then she can still have all of her flowers, just at somebody else's place too. That's what I would do. Some of the plants I started this year, I gave some to my sister-in-law's dad. He just went into an apartment, and he's always had a garden, but he had this little garden area. So I gave him some peppers and tomatoes, and his did better than mine. So he probably sits out there and talks to him all the time. My plants just don't like me. What do you got? What's in your mouth? Oh, okay.
Baba.
Bubba gave you some cereal?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to see? He's got a mouthful of cereal. Show him what you got. Say, look. Bullets.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Plant for other people. My nieces, and I gave one to Ann. I grew those micro-tom tomatoes, and they are super prolific little tomatoes. And I gave them to some of Matt's nieces because although one of them doesn't like to eat tomatoes, I just thought it'd be something neat for them to experience because they don't have gardens and things like that. And they make such cute little potted plants, and it gives you tomatoes. So that's a plus. I like the little miniatures just for that fact. Mine actually, when they were done producing, they died off, and I clipped them, and then it grew another one, and I got some more tomatoes. It was kind of neat. Hopefully this year I bought a bunch more pots when they closed them out, so I'm going to have a bunch more to give away. And I bought the pots I did because you can reuse them year after year. So it's 2 gifts in one. You get a reusable pot and a plant you get to eat from. What are you drawing? I just clipped it all back to the stem because I was thinking, well, it's done. The leaves were starting to fall off of it at that point, and more limbs come out. So it's like reset my plant, I guess. So there's an idea for next time. I'll have to send you some seeds. I saved some seeds from them. Yeah, we saved seeds, didn't we? And I also saved seeds from a tan pumpkin. I think somebody said it's a Kentucky tan pumpkin. I'll have to send you some of them too. And okra. I saved a ton of okra seeds. So don't buy okra seeds. He's drawing on my notebook. I did save some open pollinated notapinos. They were planted next to a Ozark Beauty bell pepper, and they got, like, the bottom of them looked more like a bell pepper, but they tasted like a jalapeno. So I saved the seeds out of it. We'll see what happens. Might as well see. You never learn anything new if you don't try. I like okra, and we were eating it really regularly because I would pick, I don't know, 4 to 6 pods a day. So I was frying it about 4 days a week. I was probably tired of fried okra. So then I got to a point and I cut it all. Any of it that was even slightly runny, I went ahead and just threw it out to the pigs because you might as well not even keep it. Don't push buttons. He's about to close y'all guys. And I cut it all and I floured it and laid it all flat onto a cookie sheet and froze it. And when it was all frozen solid, like 10 hours, I think is how long it takes to freeze solid, I put it all in bags and it wasn't clumpy. And so then when you fry it, you got like individual little pieces of okra, just like the kind you buy from the store, without cornmeal. I didn't do it with cornmeal. Oh no, don't write in the books. Let me see this. Let me see it. At least it's pencil. No. Write on this. Keys and this. You write in my book and you're not going to like me. I think he's getting sleepy is what part of his problem is. Write on this page. Here, I'll give you a new page. There you go. Is it sunnier down on that side of your yard? Stop. He's great. We're great. Where's your baby coffee? We call Pediasure baby coffee. I think if it's sunnier, I would try to move them. My garden is not in the most opportune place. It's on the west side of the house, but that was a wet spot. I wanted to make some use out of it. I knew it was going to get too much sun for shade-loving plants because it gets sun in the it gets sun afternoon from noon till dark, and in the summertime that's a lot of sun. That's 7 or 8 hours. So I still had a lot of stuff producing, but it just gets hot because it's on the west side of the house. But if y'all saw my video from yesterday, you saw I have a plan. Why, go give me that yellow notebook, please. That's on the shelf on that table between the chairs. It's a yellow notebook. It's the one I write the animal stuff in. Well, I appreciate it. I get another viewer. I did have it open. I usually open it on my phone just in case I have problems. This is my animal notebook. This is what I write whenever I have problems with my animals. And Matt and I, seeing how we now are the those little drop-in sub pumps are actually really great. I grew up on a well. Me and the other me. I grew up on a well, and we would get water, and the rainwater that collected from the barrels at the ends of the house. We would just drop that sub pump in there and pump it into buckets to water the garden and animals and stuff. It's really handy. But I have this drawn up, and it's crude at best. But I was playing with ideas like here's a double stack, but this deflects the poop to the front. And the front is actually a chicken run. So there's a chicken coop and a feed room, and then this would be rabbits. And mostly Matt wants a feed room here for the chicken stuff and for the hay for the rabbits. We only have one rabbit, but yes. Hi, Gail, Southern Louie, and hi, Gail, the coupon queen. It's pretty funny. If I had 2 channels, I would definitely log into all of my stuff, too. I don't know if I could keep up with 2. Hi, Tony. How are you doing? You just missed my lovely drawing here. I feel like Vanna White right now. But I'm keeping the one chicken coop that my layers are in, though. We're going to put the bannies in it and build a new pen onto it.
Ready?
And Oh, hang on. If you can send me an aerial picture, I can draw you one. Because this is how my garden's going to be laid out this year. I didn't add these. I want to build 2 beds here, which this would be against the house. And then this is that open space on the south side of my garden. But I took a picture. And then I can, I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I write with erasable pens on all of the stuff. So then I know what I'm planning on planting where. And then as I go through, I erase stuff. But I'm actually going to add a bed here and a bed here also. Okra loves heat. And then I laminated it with tape. So if I got it wet, it wouldn't die on me. And then I got it wet on the back side of all things. But I drew it out using a ruler and a pretty simple scale. I'm an odd person, but I did keep it in my notebook, I'm pretty sure. I like doing it that way because, see, I've had lots of plans. And now that I actually have beds on the ground and I don't plan on moving them, I'm going to do it that way. My garden, this was the first idea I had. And the house is 28 feet, so I just said 30 feet. And I only wanted to do it 18 feet deep, and it migrated quite a bit. It's like 40 feet by 25 feet. Well, it's not big. It is functional. And see, this is my garden for this year. And so then when I did this, and this was before we had it fenced in, and we decided that we wanted to go ahead and fence another section in. That's when I changed it. Yeah. If me writing things down like that, and then that's where I drew up what I've got now. And I can just add to it. If you write things down and you plan ahead, your mishaps are a lot less. So then, this is all the seeds I currently own. And they're not color coded. I have an astigmatism, so writing it all down in black or all down in one color kills me. So I alternated colors. And then it doesn't bother me as bad. If you have a good spot that gets warm and sunny, it'll do fine. I wouldn't worry about it. I want to do those beds up closer to the house or right against the house like that, because they will absorb a lot of that heat because they get pretty tall. And I plan on making those beds, they're only going to be 2 foot wide by, I don't even remember how wide I had them set up. I had 2 foot by 8 foot. So they're not going to be super deep beds like my other beds are 4. And I wanted to do, they're going to obviously be a little shallower. So I think I'm going to do them another rung higher. So that'll give my okra a lot more height. And they will absorb a lot of that heat coming off the house. And then I also have a little buddy that's going to be eating the leaves. He's a tortoise of some variety. I can't remember. But he'll get to eat the leaves. That's what I did. At the end of summer, we found out that he can eat the leaves. So I would, instead of just dropping the leaf into the bottom of my bed for organic material, I put them in a bag and I took them to him. We'll turtle them. Pretty neat. I actually started a Baker Creek list. This is stuff I would like to try. I am when I get done with this today, I'm gonna watch Shed Wars. I'll watch some of them and see what all it's about. It sounds really neat, and I'm super pumped that you're getting to do all that because this helps you grow. I've done a collab with a homesteading group on Facebook, and I gained some traction from it. And the lady that organized it, she was wonderful and answered a lot of questions and things, but it wasn't the best organized. If you see, what is it? I don't remember what it was called. I can find out. But it's a day in the life of a homesteader. It's pretty much what it was. I think I want to organize something like that again this spring when things are probably like April or May, when things are really starting to go. I hope you do too. That'll be pretty awesome. As many people as I know can get into it, I would love it because I would just. I'll write him down too. And this year, I am probably going to buy a couple. I moved my shelf into my kitchen. I moved one of my freezers in that space. The shelf fits in just fine because I needed it for some storage and to get it out of Hastings' bedroom. So he has his bedroom to play in. But I'm probably going to buy some grow lights, give them a better shot of growing. Some of the plants I bought, I had to buy some jalapenos. I bought a jalapeno plant. And it actually got sun scalded pretty bad because it wasn't hardened off. And I bought it at the store. So that could be part of it too. I want some grow lights. I've been looking. They have at Walmart, they have a shop light that's an LED shop light for $15. And I think it's like 3 foot. And I was like, look, Matt, we need this. And he's like, yeah, it can go in our storage building. And I was like, no, it cannot. That's why I saved seeds out of that. It's a not a pino, so it's a heatless jalapeno. Like I'm a weenie when it comes to peppers out of my garden because I cut. What are you doing? I was cutting them and they burnt, like my fingers were on fire for like 3 hours after that, and I soaked my hands in milk and everything. It just wasn't helping. So I'm a weenie when it comes to eating stuff out of my own garden, like the peppers. Those not jalapenos, I was eating them like candy though. And they had daylight bulbs in them. But Matt's like, we can use that in the shed. And I was like, no. If I buy it, it's for my stuff. He can use it in the shed when I'm done. Where are you at, Gail? Like, where do you live at? I did see where you were stacking stuff up for it. It's pretty for your Texas. So our stuff should work fine then. I had somebody in, I want to say, I'm pretty sure it was Wisconsin that was wanting to trade some seeds. And I'm like, I'm not sure if our growing seasons are nowhere near the same. So they're playing. They stole my ruler.
No, he just hit me with it.
But whenever I get water, like our water hydrant is by the garden. We plan on digging a water line out that way because where the shed is, on the south side of the shed, I am in Oklahoma. So it should work out pretty good. I'm in eastern Oklahoma. Right on I-40. Hey, Hey, go in there, please. Don't be loud.
Good. Ha!
But where the pigs are, I plan on turning all of that over and getting some billboard tarps to use for shed or for row covers, and I want to use it as a garden. I am about 2.5 hours east of Oklahoma City. I'm like an hour from Arkansas. Well, from Fort Smith. He's gonna tell Daddy. These kids. Hey, don't.
He's trying to hit me
No.
with a brush.
I don't care. Did you pester him?
Nope.
Yes, you did. You're gonna hurt yourself, boys. I don't know what to do with them most days. Anne is by far the closest to me. I know that. Don't hit him with a pillow. You put me in ornery. All y'all can see is the very top of his head as he goes. White got in trouble. Now he's gonna pout because he got in trouble. I plan on it. We're gonna run that water hydrant over there. Okay, back to what I was saying before the kids interrupted me. On the south side of that shed, we have the original roof that was on that box, and it was a flat roof. We're going to use it as a lean-to shed off the shed. Matt wants to build a walk-in cooler right there, and it's not gonna be a big one.
He's hitting me with it.
Put it where he can't reach it. Common sense. Common sense. Thank you. I've been to Wellston, if that counts for anything. The girl I went to college with was from there. May not have been to Wellston. They've been somewhere else that sounded like that. But we're going to. Oh man. Ah.
Bubbles.
Okay. We're going to gravel in and level that all out. We're going to put a walk-in cooler right there because Matt wants to be able to, when we process animals, we can hang them directly into that cooler for a few days and then let the water evaporate out of them and then be able to pull them out and butcher them, like make it all into cuts. And this is all stemmed from, we decided several years ago we were not going to pay somebody to process our deer. This year we decided we weren't going to pay somebody to process our pig and now our calf. So we could go from there. And there's more to that. I have some huge plans for the next few years. And I don't want to spoil it or anything yet, but we may be adding more animals. Another. You hit him with a pillow.
No, I grabbed this pill and that's his pill.
You hit him in the face with it. I watched you do it. Go sit down. He wants to. Yes, I want a smokehouse also. Because that would be awesome. Just hang the whole dang hog off in there. The cooler is going to be amazing, though, because deer, we kill a deer, I don't have to process it that day or the next day. I can hang it up. We've got that huge smoker, but you have to babysit the heck out of that thing. And I think a smokehouse would do awesome. And we could do a smokehouse right there because the chickens aren't going to be on that side of the yard anymore. So there's going to be space there. It'll be pretty awesome, I think. I can remember like eating pork that came out of a smokehouse on a farm. I think it's probably only once, but it was pretty cool. Tony, you got a garage. You could build a cool room in your garage. When we get our barn up. That's what Matt was going to do. We're going to build, like, box in a tack room. And then we could have done a pool in it, too, or beside it. What?
Baba.
Does he need spankings?
Yeah. Baba.
So, it's pretty awesome. I started this a little bit early. We're at an hour now. What are you after? Oh, you want that camera, don't you?
Yeah.
See, that's what I want to do. I told Matt, I said, we can butcher that pig and just quarter him up, have 4 pieces of him, and hang him in that smoker. And that would be awesome. Or even if we had to do it the front half and the back half. I know that whole hog's not going to fit in there, though. I'm pretty sure. But I want Matt to tack me some hooks. So, yeah. I don't want to impede on anyone's time too long anyway. So, we'll go ahead and get off here, and we'll see you tomorrow with a video that's going to be shot this afternoon. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
I'm super excited about the bacon.
Oh, red.
Fresh smoked bacon and fresh fried side. It was good to see y'all and nice talking to all of you, and I so appreciate you guys being in here. I had 5 people. It's a record. No, I had 6 the other day. Just kidding. But still, thank you guys. We'll see y'all soon. Bye. God bless.